Hey everybody, this is Stuart with Wine on the Diamond. Today I'm back with another viewer request. So today I'm going to be reviewing the 2019 Pasqua Romeo Juliet Passione Sentimento Passimento Rosso. That is my Texas way, I sucked at languages in high school. You guys probably have picked up on this. Barely passed Spanish. French all sounds the same to me. Italian is pretty close to me, probably not being able to pass it as well. So I do my best here. I really do. I'm just bad at speaking languages, including English. But you're here to know if the wine is any good. You're not here to know if I can pronounce it. So let's get into this. I guess while I'm opening this, I could probably give more information about it. It is from an IGT. It's from Veneto. It is 14% alcohol by volume, and can't remember how much I paid for it. One day I'll remember to keep the receipts. I do remember that, let's see, it was $1 more than the white wine. This was $14 at my local grocery store. All right, so from a color standpoint, I am going to give you a medium ruby, no artifacts, no cloudiness. All right, so in terms of the nose, medium minus intensity on the nose. Well, no, maybe it just needs to open up just a tiny bit. Give it a second here. Okay, so if you give it a little bit of time to kind of move around, it kind of blooms up to medium. Manipulating it too much more than that is not really making a difference. So I'm getting some kind of standard red fruit, getting a little bit of raspberry. There's a little bit of a cranberry note. There's a touch of black cherry. There's a hint of vanilla, a little bit of baking spice, like a clove and a star anise type of note going on here. There's also a hint of Brettanomyces. There's a slight barnyard on this, but it's not anything that is like overpowering at a fault. It's more of like a slight note of complexity than it is like at a faulty degree. There's also a note of white pepper. Anyway, how does it taste? Medium body, medium tannins. The tannins are not fully integrated, like they have separated a tiny bit. So there's some of it that you get whenever you drink and it's kind of integrated with the palate, and then it almost feels like there's another slight layer of tannins. The thing that's getting me about this though is it has a salinity to it that I was not expecting. Also, one thing I was getting on the palate that I wasn't getting on the nose is this kind of jammy plum almost going into a prune type effect. I'm not getting it on even with respiratory nasal. I'm not smelling it on the nose. But I will say that that actual fruit element that I'm getting on the palate is overpowering more of that kind of secondary characteristics that I was getting on the nose. So I'm not getting as much like vanilla, baking spice, herbs. I'm getting more of this kind of plumish prune type thing going on with the secondary kind of trailing with it. In terms of alcohol, tastes medium alcohol, medium acid. I'd say medium acid on this one. Overall, it's an interesting wine because I don't know if I would have this one as a solo drinker. Like, I feel like it would be a great table wine for just kind of sitting around having some Italian food, like a little bit more on like the roasted side, or like a pasta with like a hearty ragu type of thing. I don't know if I would have this as a solo drinker though. I don't think it holds up to solo drinking. So, and in terms of finish, the finish is medium minus for me. However, the alcohol, the heat effect from the alcohol goes on to a medium plus. So the alcohol kind of lingers even though you're not really tasting it. There's like no astringency or anything like that. It just kind of there, but then it kind of goes away way after all the other flavors have. Anyway, with all that being said, how does it rate? Well, let's get to the blick and find out. So from a balance standpoint, I would say structurally you are in balance. If it had more alcohol, it would be out of balance. If it had less acid, it would be out of balance. You're just there, but you're on the fence. If it's like a three-sided fence between all those things, you're gonna fall off into somebody's yard if one of those things is lacking. My analogy sucks tonight. Don't worry about it. Full point. Length, medium minus finish for me, no points. Intensity, medium on the nose, medium on the palate, half a point. and in terms of complexity, I am getting a wide range of primary and secondary. Let me think about this, because the secondary kind of goes away on the palate, though it is reasonably intense on the nose. Alright, so I am going to give this half a point. And I would give you lower, but I'm not expecting tertiary. I was hoping for some secondary. Not getting it. The primary is definitely there. The secondary is yeah, half a point. I would honestly probably just get a Valpolicella if you can find one for the same price. Lately though, my stores have gone crazy with some of the prices. So stuff I used to be able to get for like $13, $14 a bottle is retailing for like $21, $22. Same with some of the other Italian stuff, and it's specifically Italy. Some of the other stuff was already outside my price range, like most of the Burgundy and stuff like that. Some of the CDPs, Shots Enough to Pop, that was kind of outside my range for a good number of them as well. But some of the Italian staples that I was going to for a while jumped in price. Meanwhile, some of the other stuff is not necessarily going up in price, and it's actually kind of going down in price. So like some $30 bottles of California wine that I used to find are now going for like $22, and they're still going lower. So I have no clue what's going on with the wine buying in my grocery store and some of the other specialty stores in the area, whether it's just distributor has a glut of stuff and they're moving it or what, but I might have some interesting things to pull up on the channel here and there. With that being said, this specific wine, it's good. I mean, it's not drain worthy by any means, but it's not something that is like gonna wow your wine friends. It does hold its own at a dinner party though. Anyway, this is Stuart with Wine on the Dime. If you like today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Have you had, I'm not going to do the name again. I already probably butchered it so badly, probably half of you clicked off of it. Anyway, this really long name that I'm going to put right here. If you've had it, leave a comment below, and I'll see you all again soon with another episode from Wine on the Dime.